Welcome to Wellsprings, a journal and podcast for United Methodist clergywomen, by United Methodist clergywomen, and of United Methodist clergywomen. Wellsprings is a forum for our collective experience, a place to call forth the creative spirit that exists in women called by God to lead in the church, a place to celebrate our joy and laughter, share our pain and anger, and speak grace and compassion. Inspiration awaits.
Being a Worldwide Church and Holding Balance by HiRho Y. Park of the Baltimore, Washington area of the United Methodist Church. The Special General Conference in St. Louis reminded me to reflect on the Hebrew word ejad, the unity, which has the idea of being organically connected to something and growing together, not of uniformity. To me, the 2019 Special General Conference was about answering the question, what is a church? More than it was a discussion on human sexuality. I was hoping, as for the majority bishops, that United Methodists would find a balance on this contentious issue. That General Conference would empower local contextual leadership and encourage standards and beliefs that generate global unity as a church. Isn't the ethos of the United Methodist Church practicing social holiness with the gospel of Jesus Christ? If that's the case for the human sexuality issue, would it make more sense for the UMC to spend $3.6 million to save and protect thousands of migrant children who have been sexually assaulted while detained by the U.S. since 2015, rather than to decide who is in or who is out of the faith community? Unfortunately, the UMC ceased to be an inclusive church in St. Louis, the tenet that we have been upholding so dearly in our Constitution. I asked myself, what does it mean to be an inclusive church? At whose expense are we an inclusive church? What happened in St. Louis exposed the fact that United Methodists hold an ideal of being an inclusive church only in our words and policies, but not from the heart and not in our actions. The major news networks broadcasted how the United Methodists' claim of being a worldwide and global church is hollow tokenism, under the disguise of neo-colonialism. The UMC has been proclaiming how inclusive we are as a worldwide church at the expense of the LGBTQIA+ community, racial ethnic people, women, and the poor. The hypocrisy and covert oppression in the church have been exposed. An Ethiopian proverb says that when spiderweb unite, they can tie up a lion. It seems that talking about Abatu, loving kind compassion as a community of people, is a luxury for United Methodists. Rather, it is easier for us to talk about how to exclude people because through the horrors of xenophobia, racism, and spiritual genocide. My struggle is that the UMC could not provide a prophetic witness to the world. Rather, it follows a protectionist approach from the business and political worlds. Right after the Special General Conference in February, some local churches, such as the Glide Memorial UMC in San Francisco, which serves the homeless and the LGBTQIA+ community, declared departure from the UMC. Others, such as the Wesleyan Covenant Association, which reinforces and supports restrictions on gay marriage and ordination, announced that they would not leave the UMC but remain and fight for their theological stance. The United Methodist Church has failed to keep the delicate balance of being an inclusive church. According to Prakash Jimawat, when we overestimate globalization, we may underestimate the importance of local needs. When we underestimate globalization, we may turn to protectionism. I believe that this is what happened during the Special General Conference. One thing that the Special General Conference helped to bring about was that United Methodists became very clear of their position on the issue of human sexuality. Those who may have been apathetic before now are finding permission and courage to speak their minds and act on their convictions. Before the business world started to discuss globalization, John Wesley, the founder of Methodism, had a vision of one global connectional church for United Methodists. Holding different people together under the connectional umbrella has been the uniqueness of the worldwide UMC, which made United Methodists different from many other Protestant denominations. It seems that United Methodists need a structural change based on unique regional contexts under the one faith in God the Creator. In 2011, Jim Awa asserted that we were living in World 3.0, which means that the world was getting globally integrated with localization, localized in the front and blend in the back end. In World 1.0, only physical borders mattered. Therefore, the clear distinction was important. In World 2.0, neither borders nor distance mattered. Integration was the most important factor. Now we are living in World 4.0. Everything will be interlinked by networking. Unfortunately, it seems that the UMC is still living in World 1.0. From this perspective, United Methodists need to optimize our commitment to worldwide connectionalism, localized regional culture, internal diversity, and global mobility. In one word, United Methodists need to update ourselves for life in the 21st century. What does the future hold for this church? Nobody knows. However, it is clear to me that the vision of Ijad is a worthy thing to behold as Christians.
Thank you for listening to the Wellsprings Journal podcast. We invite you to subscribe to receive future episodes on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And visit wellspringsjournal.org for more resources for the journey. God bless you.